Hi Leo, welcome to your new love reading for November. Everything you need to know about this reading is in the description box below, as well as the recommend a reader shout out, which goes to Ace of Pentacles Tarot. Love and support to her. Check her out. Show her some love and support yourself if you like what she has to say. This is intended to be a romantic love reading, obviously, but it may resonate in other areas of your life, and it also might be about a new development in a current love situation. It's whatever is new for you in the month of November in the area of romantic love. At least that's my intention. All right, for Leo. All right, Leo. Leo. Whoopsie. Stop it. Oh! Ace of Cups. Well, okay then. Almost got ahead of myself there. Hold on a minute. Let's see who we're dealing with. Okay, you can't really see it. Sorry about that. Maybe if I do like this, you can see. All right, let me get over here. All right, here we go. Okay, one up here. Right. Wow. Knight of Cups. Do you see that? Okay. You know what? Just to be sure, let's... Because it kind of looked like it was going Knight of Pentacles after a minute, so let's just... Okay. There it is, Knight of Cups. Oh, you can't see. Shoot. How do I do that to you? You can see it. Well, you're just going to have to take my word for it. It was Knight of Cups. It went this way and then it started... Okay, so, yeah. There we are. Pretty cool how that works. All right. Okay, so we got Knight of Cups, the Hierophant, Six of Swords, the Emperor, Strength, good gracious, Nine of Pentacles, and Temperance. All right. Okay. So we got Taurus here, Scorpio, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. All right. So this is, you're dealing with somebody that you cannot be with right now or get to right now, that you're having to take some sort of rest from, or a break or a breather. Quite possibly, Leo, it's because they're dealing with something. They're kind of trying to get their head around something. They're trying to get a hold of something going on in their life, and they're really trying to handle it with a lot of just trying to stay out of it emotionally. It's probably pretty hairy for them, and they're trying not to get emotional about it. They're trying not to be overreacting or, you know, things like that. So this is someone that is really trying to get a handle on something that's just kind of hairy in their lives, like kind of messy, trying to sort it out. And it's almost like they really do need to handle it, and they really do need to take care of their own issues. This is something you can't help them with. So while there might be a great there might be like a great interest, attachment, affection, affinity, all that, you two need to be apart right now. This is fun. This is a lot of fun to give this reading, because this person's got something to deal with. So it's kind of disappointing, because it's like everything would be great if they didn't have whatever it is that has got them needing to attend to that first before you. What's this Hierophant about? This Hierophant for Leo. Empress, that could be Taurus or Aries. What's this Six of Swords about for Leo? Hold on a minute. There we go. What's this Six of Swords about for Leo? Three of Wands. What's this Emperor about? Magician. Gemini, Virgo, or Aries. What's this Strength card about? Five of Cups. What's this Nine of Pentacles? Star card. All right. Here's the thing, Leo. You met this person, you fell in love, and then they had something take them away from you. So there is great potential here. There is a lot of wishing and waiting for this person. But for the month of November, you are flying solo with love in your heart for this person, quite possibly at a physical distance. But if it's not a physical distance, it's somebody who, let's be honest, probably going to be emotionally unavailable just because they have to attend to business. It's quite possible this person that you do find very appealing and finds you very appealing, might I add, is not emotionally available. Doesn't mean they're a bad person. It just means they might be going through something, and while they feel for you, it hits a snag because they've got to deal with something that is going to, it's about self-care. They have to deal with some kind of issue going on with their self-care, whether it's a job or whether maybe it's care for others in the sense that they're deployed. But this is someone that's really trying to get a handle on their life and establish some kind of efficacy. So while they might have these romantic inclinations for you, they've got to deal with something. This could be somebody that's deployed. This could be somebody going through rehab. This could be somebody finishing up a divorce. But this feels more self-care-ish or more care for others-ish. It doesn't feel like this is a relationship with someone else thing. It feels like this person is dealing with remnants of either their past and trying to get a handle on it and trying to establish some control and efficacy in their lives. It could be that they're deployed. But this is someone, the reason why I say they feel unattached. So I don't feel like this is a divorce situation or an ex situation. This feels like somebody that is unattached and dealing with their own personal business. So whether it's an agreement or a contractual agreement, like they deployed, or a job, or this is someone that's got to see something through, like rehab, or they're got a huge caseload. They're some kind of service worker with a huge caseload and they just can't. But even that feels weird. This feels more like specifically they're dealing with something internally, because this is all about someone kind of rebuilding themselves from the ground up. And so while they have this affinity or inclination for you, it becomes apparent that they still have more work to do on themselves as their feelings for you deepen. So that's kind of layered, isn't it? So basically this is someone, okay, so this is what it's like. Here's what it's like. I'm not saying this has to be it, but this is what it feels like. It feels like you fall for somebody that's got something they've been trying to manage on their own, but then you two start to become more intimate emotionally, and you come to find out some kind of secret that they've been dealing with or trying to manage, and everything was going fine, but then their feelings and all those things develop, and you kind of realize that they're an addict. And that it's like everything else is perfect except for the fact that they've been hiding this habit from you for the past 6 months, and now they've got to go away to deal with it. And everything was so great, and then you had to stumble on the fact that, they were an addict, or they were addicted, to porn, gambling, drugs, alcohol, something. That's what this feels like. It doesn't have to be that per se, but there's something that they, after this meeting you or kind of feeling that way about you, all of a sudden it highlights the fact that, gotta take care of this. The thing about relationships is that we kind of need them for self-growth, because it feels like you can only go so far on your own and everything's fine. But then all of a sudden you meet somebody that you care about, and it's like, I got to clean up this. I got to shore things up here. I got to take care of that, because all of a sudden it's not just me in my life anymore. I'm kind of accountable for my behavior on someone else's behalf, or for someone else's behalf. And so it's like this person's got really good heart and good intentions, but they have to deal with whatever this is. And so here you two are loving each other from apart or from afar. And there's a real fit here. I don't think this is your first go around from this person. I feel like they're trying to get back on their feet, and you are patiently waiting, and there's going to be a lot of waiting and a lot of patience for this person. But you both feel for each other, but right now is a time for you to kind of be independent and doing your own thing. This doesn't feel like it's just going to be for November either. It feels like it's been before. Here they come again, and it's like they're going to be coming in and then they go back out. The feelings you two have for each other are quite strong. But it's a matter of you just, I hate to say hold vigil, but that's what it feels like. It feels like you don't want to be with anybody else. This person is a known quantity, or you're familiar with them. It's not like you just ran into them. This is somebody that you feel like you both have been searching for each other, and you both found each other after a long period of not being quite happy with relationships or meh about everything. You two have found each other, and then this happens. So it's quite disappointing. And on the one hand, it's like, wow, I did find my somebody out there for me, or what it feels like they're for me. But on the other hand, it's like, and here's this monkey on their back that they've got to deal with. Now, why couldn't they just be perfect? You know what I mean? Why couldn't you just meet them without that issue to deal with, right? So on the one hand, it's kind of like, well, at least I finally met this person that's for me. Then on the other hand, it's like, yeah, but they're dragging around a big old anchor that we've got to deal with, and only it's not a we, it's they've got to deal with it. They're just trying to get past, they're trying to get out of this situation and deal with it, and then see what the outcome is going to be like for them, so that they can start to make choices, get back on their feet, that sort of thing. And this is, for them, this is a long time issue that they need to get a handle on. It's almost like it's kind of, it's something stemming from, it's a long time habit or a long time coping mechanism that they need to sort out. It's not working. How they've been going about life, especially after meeting you, you're going to find that what they're doing, it needs to be addressed. They need to develop better coping skills or better ways of dealing with stress. This person is largely independent and unto themselves. So, and part of that is because whatever habits they've gotten into or whatever they're doing, it kind of depends on them being by themselves. They can't really do what they've learned how to do and how to live and all that in relationship with someone. It's always gotten in the way. So it's always kind of kept them private. It really does feel like somebody's got some sort of habit or some sort of way of thinking. And I'm surprised the devil card didn't show up, honestly. Some sort of way of thinking and behaving that really only takes them so far in a relationship. So this is you ready for a relationship and them going, oh, wait, I need to go deal with this. I'll be right back. But okay, what else for this Knight of Cups here? What's this Knight of Cups? Wow. Knight of Cups and Two of Cups. And yet, you've got to wait till they sort out their business. So it's this period of you, everything kind of being tempered and, well, yeah, where's the temperance? Wasn't there? There it is. There's temperance. Everything literally being tempered and like, oh, okay, it has a potential for this, but we've got to, because someone's got to sort out their business. There's a love there. There's a love there, though. Honestly, this is pretty. I mean, look at this. We got the Empress and the Hierophant, the Emperor and the Empress, Magician. Lots of heavies. And yet here you are having to be kind of, I hate to say carry this burden, but here you are kind of having to be apart from this person to let them handle their business. It's not something you can fix. And if you tried to, it would turn into this codependency and, just building resentment because someone's not getting their needs met. And oof. What else for it, Leo? This doesn't feel like it's somebody you just met. This is too big to happen for somebody you just met, like in a span of 3 weeks. This is over time. This is probably a 6-month thing. So you've been dealing with this person, it feels like for at least 6 months. So this is like a new development. It's like the potential for connection is there, but it's sequestered because someone's got to go back out to deal with something. What else for Competition. Summon courage and self-confidence. I feel like that's relating to you kind of having to be under yourself for a while you're waiting for this person. That's your choice, honestly, but this is showing that you're kind of waiting with your attention still focused, or turned at least, towards this person. You're not focused on it, but you're open and waiting, and you don't want anybody else. So it feels like waiting. Summon courage and self-confidence. So for those of you that might want to go or move on, this is saying, all right, it's possible if you want to cut this off, let go. But for the Leos I'm reading for, it doesn't feel like it. And I don't know, this might be for your person, like an atta boy or atta girl. You can do it. You can get through this. You can do this. I'll be waiting for you on the other side. But I feel like this is more about you having strength and solitude right now. I don't think this is about you gearing up to do anything, because you can't fix this for this person. Maybe it's gearing up for another cycle of solitude while someone goes into another stint of rehab, or someone has to be away to deal with something. But this feels like gearing up for a stretch of solitude, and just kind of being like, all right, well, I'm just going to have to rely on myself, and only, well, yeah, Nine of Pentacles right here. In it for the long haul, having to rely on myself. Leo. Rhino spirit. Overcome any obstacle. Awesome. Okay, so that with that, yay. That feels like, all right, this is a known quantity. You know you're going to see this person again in like 6 weeks or whatnot. So you just kind of got to hold down the fort, and, you know, we're good. So it's not doing anything other than, all right, things are going to go like, everything just kind of calms for now. And there's no plans, there's no anything. It's just like, okay, this is how it has to be right now, and that's that. That's that. Perhaps you know, you and the person, but you'd like it to be different, but you know what you're dealing with, and so there's this acceptance, like there's this calm acceptance of knowing that, all right, well, for the next 6 weeks or so, I don't know why I'm getting 6 weeks, but there it is. It has to be this way. Because there's a love there. I'm not just talking infatuation or attraction. I mean, I'm talking love. There is a strong affinity for this person, and likewise for both of you feeling this way. That's for this is not unrequited. Oops. That one. Pardon me. 6 of Swords again. Yep. Someone is really trying to see their way through something. They're trying to get some efficacy and some control and stability back in their life. And you very graciously are... Oh, I gotta get some water. Pardon me. You very graciously are allowing for that, and because there's a calm acceptance here. It doesn't feel like this is beating you down. There might be some disappointment, like, dang it, but there's some... It just feels like a very realistic approach to this on your part. There might be that, well, dang it, but it's like it's taken in stride, because you feel like what the potential for this or what's waiting for you is better than this minor inconvenience, than this temporary inconvenience, because it is temporary. It's not going to be just 6 weeks, though. I'm getting more like 3 months. So there's some kind of benchmark met at 6 weeks, but it's going to be another 3 months before you two are up and running. Or like be able to be together again. There's 6 weeks and then there's 3 months. So 6 weeks and 6 weeks, I guess. Okay. All right. So. Oh, okay. That's for Leo. 3 of Wands reversed. 9 of Swords. Right. That's upright. Okay. So 9 of Swords, 3 of Wands reversed, and 9 of Swords. So this, all right. Again, this is not new. This situation is not new. This is something that is having to be dealt with. This is quite possibly delays, disruption into planning, things not being able to progress and having to deal with something. And this is also familiar. This isn't the first time it's happened. This is having to deal with something. Somebody's got to get control over some kind of issue. You've hit a snag. It's going to interfere, or it has already interfered with you two progressing forward, because they've got to go back and deal with whatever this is. It doesn't feel like a divorce. It doesn't feel like it's in relation to an ex. It feels like something personal, or some personal obligation that they've got to wrap up. But it is going to be an issue, and it will get in the way and prevent you two from moving forward if it is not addressed. It's come to this because you've been here before with this person. Okay, all right. Leo, you stay strong and you take care. This too shall pass. It might take a little longer than expected, but you both feel like each other is worth it. So there's that. Keep the faith. Stay strong. All right. Thank you for stopping by. I hope this works out for you, and I hope to see you in the next reading. You take care.